Hey, what's going on, Pats Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Ken's Pats Talk Patriots podcast. Coming here today, it is Sunday, man. We are a couple of days from count. I got my boy Stats in here tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the Patriots. You're actually going to the practice on Wednesday, man. What you looking forward to? And first, how was your weekend?
My weekend was really good. Just got back from my trip, the room that Tom me current said I looked like I was in a sauna. But I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to go to camp Wednesday. It should be fun. It's gonna be really busy, but I'm excited to finally stop hearing the rumors and finally getting to see it for myself of how people are performing. So I'm excited for that.
What's one of the main things you're gonna be looking for when you do get there Wednesday?
Well, with the recent charges dropped of Keishon Butte, I think I'm pretty interested to see, how much, if any pressure, fell off his chest, if he looks a little looser, if he looks like, a little more calm out there. And, I think he has the talent to make a really important impact for us for sure. And another, position group that we talk about a lot is the cornerback group. I'm super excited to see our young guys just continue to develop. Looking forward to seeing Gonzalez back healthy out in the field. And yeah, those two positions again, the ones we keep harping on. Those are the two that I'm most excited for.
I seen an article earlier about the cornerback position, and I think Jonathan Jones he was interviewed by Mike Reese. I think we got a solid cornerback group. You got Christian Gonzalez. Hopefully he can stay healthy. He got hurt in the Cowboys game that I was at. Jonathan Jones, if he can stay healthy, then you got Alex Austin. He's been making some rumbles and count. He's been having a pretty good offseason. So I think if you can have Alex Austin as your third corner, then we tend to forget about Marcus Jones. Punt return and kick return. Don't forget about the rule change. It's a new setup now. So I think Marcus Jones could be a very like an outsider for us. He can be like an X factor. What you think about that?
I agree. I think we have a pretty deep cornerback group. Marcus Jones' rookie year was incredible in 2022. He did a little bit of everything. He even scored a touchdown for us on offense. He was a great punt returner, and then he plays a great slot corner. I think he can complement off of Christian Gonzalez and Jonathan Jones really well. And then what you said about Alex Austin, he's working this offseason. I see a bunch of posts with all the guys he works with, all the trainers. He's ready to go. I think the Bills might have cut him a little too early because I think they let a gem go. I think he could be pretty good for us.
He played last year. And he was very solid. Nobody talked about it. I watched every game closely. He played real solid last year. I think it was the last game against Garrett Wilson. He kind of pretty much held his own that game.
He played really well, and then he had that interception off Josh Allen in kind of like a revenge game against the Bills. He played really well that game too. They had him matched up on Diggs a few times, and he held his own because Diggs didn't have that great of a game, that specific game. But yeah, I think Alex Austin could be good for us next year.
How quick you think? Let's move to the quarterback competition. I know a lot of people want to hear about this. Drake May, Jacoby Brissett. How quick you think that? Because he went from number 3 to number 2 like within a good week. Because first Zappy was getting snaps ahead of him. So how quick you think that he probably inclined to get number 1? Because I think I seen something on 98.5 Sports Hub on YouTube. I think I seen something where they said that Jacoby Brissett would probably have to get hurt or Drake May would have to win by a landslide. Did I see somebody say, I forgot where I seen it, that they said if it's close, then Drake May should play. What you think about it? I know we covered it last week, but I think if it's close, I think you go with the veteran if it's close. I think, but then again, I look at it, I'm like, no, if it's it shouldn't be close, really. It shouldn't be because Brissett knows the system. He's a veteran, whatnot. I think if it's close, if you can project Drake May what he's going to be, if you continue giving him more reps, and like we're talking about week 1, if it's close, if it leaves in week 1, give it to May. I mean, he only going to get better. If it's close right now, he's only going to get better throughout the season. And as we all know, you only going to learn from you only get better or know how to play based by playing, not by sitting on the bench.
Yeah, we talked, like you said, we talked about this last week. May's already moving up the depth charts. I mean, it's to nobody's surprise that he already, jumped over Bailey Zappi. Bailey Zappi is nothing special. I mean, Drake May gives you more in every aspect of the game. And, I really think Drake May has a legit shot to start week 1. Every week it just seems like he's just improving. Obviously, Brissett, he already hit his ceiling. He's a solid veteran quarterback he's a good mentor for the young guys. But I think Drake May can easily surpass him with a couple good weeks of camp. And, if Brissett has some off days, May needs to really take advantage of those and, show what he can do because it's like I just said, Brissett, he's solid as it comes. He's not going to make too many mistakes, but he's also not going to make too many flashy plays either. But I think Drake May needs to take advantage of the flaws that Jacoby Brissett has, and try to overcome that job take that job for sure.
Yeah, because you pretty much already know what you're going to get from Jacoby Brissett. You already know what you're going to get from him. He's a veteran. He's been around in the league. Really, I mean, he was drafted by the Patriots. I think he won one game against the Texans. You remember that game?
Yeah.
His rookie year, I believe. That was a weird. I think Brady was suspended, so that was a weird game. You kind of already know what you can get from him. He's not going to lose it for you, but he's not going to win it, but he ain't going to lose it for you either.
Yeah.
He's kind of right there in the middle. I think Drake May is going to give you that potential, the upside. He has the ceiling. He has more flash or what. And I'm sure a lot of fans don't want to sit through a whole season of watching Jacoby Brissett throwing to Juju Smith-Schuster or something like that. You want some flash out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's early. I mean, what do we like? I think I looked early. We're like 6 or 7 weeks away from week 1 from the Chiefs when the Chiefs play the Ravens. So it's right around the corner. I think with camp starting this week, if we now, like I said, I'm already prepared for here mixed result. You're going to see a lot of I mean, he's a rookie. He's going to turn the ball over. So you're going to see a lot of stuff. Yeah, so you don't panic or nothing like that. And then like Tom Curran said the other day, like we had him on the show. If y'all want to go check out that podcast, I think last Wednesday or Thursday. They normally start practices in the red zone. So we all know the red zone when training camp normally start, when practice start, the defense kind of got to head up on offense because it's a condensed field. Offense, most time your offense is learning a new system. So defense, the first couple of days of camp, I wouldn't panic because you're gonna notice that the defense already has a heads up on the offense. They got a leg up. So they're more intact. We bring most of the defense back. We got most of our new pieces on the offense. So I wouldn't panic just yet. I get the offense a couple of days, and I expect to see Drake May go like a 1 for 4, 1 for 5 in the red zone because the field is condensed. You don't have a lot of room to operate. And then that defense, man, you're playing against a top defense. What I would like to see is, I think we should like the past couple of years, it's been mixed results. So like we've been seeing the training camp news and tweets during the offseason. It's like the Patriots defense dominate the offense. You don't want to hear that this year. You want to see like mixed results, like a couple of days of offense, one in the defense. If we're hearing that, I think we're on the right page because we all know that Patriots have a top defense. They have a really good defense. So you should struggle against that defense. He should be lighting that defense up. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
Because like when people, like me, who go to training camp and again, they're just like, casual football fans, all they want to see is the offense light up the defense. But that's our defense too. You want to see them succeed, and they're going to, because like we said, even most fans can agree that aren't even Pats fans. We have a consensus top 10 defense in the league. And, going into training camp for Drake May, it's going to help him develop for sure. Cause it's not like he has like the Arizona Cardinals defense, but it's also going to, give him some like a wake up call almost. It's going to be tough for him to completely win out the job over Jacoby. And that could absolutely happen. I could totally see that. We've talked about that. He could go out there and literally just destroy Jacoby in every aspect and be moved up to the QB1 within a week, because from the start of the camp, May's gonna be taking second team reps. He's gonna be playing with Tyquan Thornton. He's gonna be playing with Kayshon Boutte. He's gonna be playing with some of the undrafted guys we got. People are gonna be like, "Oh, Drake May, he's not." Fans cannot expect him to be right up with the ones. He's not gonna be playing a lot of red zone snaps with Douglas or Bourne or any of those, or Osborne. That's gonna be Brissett. That's what Brissett's there for. He's there to teach Drake May how to play proper offense in the red zone with veterans, and Drake May is gonna develop with the younger guys. And I think Jalen Polk from the start could, even one day in, could move himself up to the team number 1, because like we said, Jalen Polk's a safe option. And I think he has a chance to be our number 1 option. But Drake May, people got to be patient. It's going to take time, but a week or two in, man, Drake May could swap positions with Jacoby Brissett like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, hey, if y'all are commenting, I can't see a comment right now. It's kind of like it's something going on with the system right now. I can't see the comments right now. I'm sorry about that. I'll get to it when I can, probably at the end of the show. So I can't see the comments right now. But yeah, I agree with that. I think it's gonna be mixed results or whatnot on Drake May, Jacoby Brissett. I do think by week 1 in Cincinnati, why not trot the kid out there? Why not play him? You're not winning a Super Bowl this year. You don't have no expectations. So I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
There's no pressure on him at all. I completely agree.
We had a comment the other day about, I know somebody wanted us to, can you see the comments?
I can see one. I was just gonna comment. It says, "Do the preseason games mean anything?" When you have a veteran built team like the Chiefs, like the Ravens, no, not at all for important positions, because they're already established at every position. But for us this season, It does, because it's a game. It's a game format. Preseason games in the NFL are players have said they play that just like every other game. They're not trying things out. The guys on the number one team could play the first game. That game is going to matter for Drake May, and we are going to see a lot of him in the preseason because, like we said, Brissett, maybe he'll play a quarter, but we don't need to see what he can do. We know what Jacoby Brissett is. We don't know. We are hoping Drake May can become what we think he can be, but we don't know what Drake May is yet. So it does actually matter for sure.
I think the preseason matter for quarterbacks like Joe Milton, Drake May, and Bailey, especially Bailey Zappi, because if he plays good in the preseason, we get a good draft pick. Give me a 5th-round pick for him, 4th-round pick. I want Bailey Zappi to play lights out in the preseason. Hang on to him as long as you can, and raise up that draft stock. So let's get into the schedule, man. I know we had a comment the other day, I think it was last week, about we need to do our schedule prediction show. We're gonna get into the schedule real quickly before we get off, man. Let's go week by week. You have your schedule up?
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right, let's go week by week. We think.
So week 1, we know it's in Cincy. We've talked about that. You can start off with that.
Oh, I'm gonna say a loss, but I do think we're gonna put up. I would not be shocked we win this game because we know the Bengals week 1 they can be had. Oh, I do think we can surprise some people. We're gonna have some surprise W this year, but week 1, I think Cincinnati. I think they lost their last 2 openers. It's hard for me seeing them losing 3 straight openers in a row. Joe Burrow coming off an injury. I think we lose that game, but everybody's gonna pick us to lose the game. But it's gonna be an interesting game. It's gonna be like a close-out battle.
Oh yeah, and Burrow last year had a horrible opener. I think the first throw of the season, I'm pretty sure he threw an interception. I think they still did end up squeaking out with a win. No, the Steelers ended up squeaking out with a win. Sorry, they did not play well at all. I'm gonna give us the loss too, only because the offensive talent on the Bengals side, but their defense is a very good defense for our offense to start out on, because their defense is not near ours, and they're not near the top of the NFL. So I think our offense.
So that's 0-1. We start 0-1.
Yeah, I think our offense can succeed that game, but at the end of the day, I'm going to give us the loss. So week 2, we're at home against Seattle.
Another close game. Seattle, new head coach. They're in the same boat as us. They don't have as a lot of newness as we got, like new head coach. GM, quarterback, and all that. First home game in the Mayo era, close fought game. We win that one. I think we beat Seattle week 2. Christian Gonzalez, DK Metcalf. It's gonna be a pretty good matchup.
Oh yeah.
I think we win week 2. I think we get that close game, but I think we get it.
So out of all the games on our schedule, I don't know why, it's just a feeling. I'm like the most confident out of all. I think we're gonna win this game. I don't know. I feel like Seattle's just shaky. They're not great on the road. I'm not really a Geno Smith believer. I think he's just gonna keep trending down every year. I think our defense can really, eat that offense up a lot. I think we can win that game. So I'm gonna give us 1-1 as well.
Hey, man, talk about an early test for Christian Gonzalez. We're about going up against Jamar Chase and T. Higgins week 1, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett week 2. And who's our week 3 opponent? The Jets?
Yeah, got at New York week 3.
At New York, I think that's the Jets' home opener, I believe. I think they start out the season. I know they start out in San Francisco.
That's a brutal matchup. But yeah, that is their home opener.
But we don't know what Aaron Rodgers we getting. And then listen, we giving our record prediction right now. We still got like over a month injuries. They about to start hitting in a couple weeks. Injuries, preseason, people drop out, they get hurt. So this stuff can change.
We could also trade. We could also trade for a receiver too. You never know.
Bingo. I'm gonna go Jets. They get us. Yeah, Jets. They won 2 in a row against us because they beat us last year, week 17. I'm gonna go Jets. We start at season 1 and 2.
I'm gonna give it to the Jets too. Just their home opener, Thursday night football.
I think that's Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night football. Yeah. Jets.
If May is playing by then, he could struggle that game for sure. Just because tough defense. They're gonna be loud there. But by week 3, Rodgers might not look himself. But I'm gonna give it to the Jets there, just because their roster is just so good, top to bottom.
Yeah, so 1-2. We wanted to.
We're in San Francisco.
That's an L. Tough game on the road. Is May playing by then? I mean, like we giving this. So are we giving these predictions as if May's probably not playing, right?
Yeah, that's the tough thing.
Yeah.
I'm personally, I don't think May will. I mean, unless he, like we said, destroys percent. I don't think he'll be playing by then. No.
I think if May plays week 1, we got a better chance of winning because it's the unknown. You don't know what you're going to get. Yeah. And so they're not prepared. I think week 2 definitely can win that one. Week 3 against the Jets, it raised the chances. But I think if it's Brissett against that Jets defense, no, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
But yeah, San Francisco, whether it's Drake May or Jacoby Brissett, that's a L, 1-3.
So if you want any chance at, even, sniffing a wild card spot, you have to win one of the first 4 games. And I'm going to give
Yeah.
the Seattle one. I think we're going to lose this game too. I think it could be a little
Close
closer.
game?
I think. Yeah, I think it could be a little closer, but the 49ers have the best roster in football. And against a developing, Patriots team, I just think they're going to make the bigger plays at the end of the day. So I'm going to have us at 1-3. Week 5, we're at home against Miami.
That's gonna be at home against Miami.
Yeah.
We lose that one, but it's a close one, man. And Miami's really been a thorn in our tails the last couple of years. We cannot get we beat Buffalo last year. We can't beat Miami. We don't match up good with them. But hey, who knows? This new regime, Mayo, Coverton, they might got something that they might can do something that Bill couldn't do. Close game, and it's home, right? Home game.
Yeah.
I want us to split Miami this year. I definitely don't think we can win in Miami.
No, we're so bad there.
I'm gonna give it to Miami, that close one, man. I got Miami winning that one.
So do you have us at 1-5 right now?
It's that to be 1-4 because San Fran.
I'm sorry, 1-4. So, I actually do have us splitting with Miami. I'm gonna give us the win there, just because last year when we saw healthy Christian Gonzalez, I mean Tyreek Hill had his worst game of the season. And I don't think we match up great with them because I think Jalen Waddle.
No. Who do we play before? It's San Francisco before Miami, right?
Yeah.
And then we come back home. Okay, no, we'll get that one. I give the Miami game in a close one. So there's 2-3. I got us 2-3.
Yeah, I agree. And again, with that game, if you want any shot at sniffing the playoffs, you need to win that game. Just because the difference between 1-4 and 2-3 is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a close win on that. I think because I think Tua's flaws are going to show that game. And we almost beat them last year at home with Mac Jones, and we played horrible the first 3 quarters of that game. I'm going to give us the win there. So I have us at 2-3. Week 6, we're at home against Houston.
Once again, guys, I cannot see y'all comments. I'm sorry about that. Something's wrong with the system right now. I can't really see the comments, but when I can, I will get to them probably after the show. Where we at?
Week 6, we're at home against Houston.
And I get Texans. Texans win that one. Close one, but I get to the Texans.
Oh, this one's tough. I'm gonna give it to Houston too. I have us at 2-4 after that. It's gonna be a close game. We're at home. That's a big difference because playing in Houston in a dome, that's a scary team. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Houston. Just the offensive firepower. If Stroud's what we think he's gonna be, that'll be a tough game. When they added Danielle Hunter to their defense,
it's a young CJ Stroud though. He's young, and we kind of got at them last year in the preseason. A young CJ Stroud, so we'll see.
But yeah,
so that's 2-4.
Yeah, which I would love if we were 2.
That's
because you're still kind of in the mix of 2-4. Week 7.
You're halfway to your season total. What most people got you at 4 wins. So that's good. I take 2-4.
So week 7, we're not in Jacksonville. It's the game overseas. So
I think we can win that one. Be a tough one. Trevor Lawrence, they got some new pieces. Matt Jones revenge game, but he's not playing. Jacksonville defense okay. Last time I said they okay. London, maybe Drake May starting by then. Maybe who knows? I think we can squeeze by and get that one.
I think if the Houston game by then, if we're like 1-5 and Jacoby Brissett he doesn't look great. I think this could be May's first game. I really do think this could be his first game. Because like Tom Curran said, you want him playing before Halloween, ideally, and this is on the October 20th. I'm actually going to give this game to us too. I don't love Jacksonville's roster. I don't love what they did this offseason. I didn't love that they let Ridley walk and brought Gabe Davis. I've never been a fan of Gabe Davis. I do like Brian Thomas Jr. They do have some nice pieces on defense. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is what people think he is. I think he's a above average quarterback that can make big plays. I'm going to give us that one. I think that's a game we could sneak out a win in.
So that's 3-5.
Yeah, I was at 3-5.
If you're 3-5,
no, 3-4 actually.
That's 3 and 4. Yeah, because we're just 3-4, and we're 3-4. You've already exceeded expectations. Well, not already because you won 4, but you're like exceed your own. You're projecting to exceed expectations where
Oh
most
yeah.
people are. So that's
So
good. 3-4. I got them winning that game against Jacksonville. Okay.
and again, a lot of these games like will be like if May plays week 1 and he looks awesome, and we're like 5-2.
Yeah, that win total can go up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. So week 8, we're at home against the Jets. I'll go first on this one. I think if Rodgers is healthy, I just got this weird feeling. I think the Jets are gonna sweep us this year. Unfortunately,
Mm.
I know you're going to that game. I think that's gonna be one of those games where we got like a chance to go on a game-winning drive, and either mistake happens. We have to. We're in like a 4th and 17 situation. It's gonna be really close, but I'm gonna give the Jets that one. So I'm gonna have us at 3 and
I'm
5.
giving us we split. I think we split the division this year with every team. I give us that one. What's that? 4-4.
Yeah, so I have us at 3 and 5. You have us at 4 and 4. I love it.
Yeah, I think we split with the Jets. I might be wrong on that first Miami game at home. I feel like I got a couple of them wrong, but I'm a go 4-4 at that point.
I mean, we're not. I mean, these are all. I don't know. I like it. So
You can definitely see it though.
Yeah, 100%. This is where the schedule kind of starts to open up a little bit. You got some winnable games here. So week 9, we're in Tennessee. I'm gonna give us a win there for sure.
I'm gonna give us a loss there.
Yeah, and I can totally see that. That's one of those like trap games. I just think I think our defense is gonna be all over Will Levis. I don't love their receiver. I don't love D Hop anymore. He's getting older. I like Ridley. I wanted him on the Pats actually. I've always liked Ridley. Boyd and their defense is shaky. I think we can definitely win that game. So I have us at 4 and 5, and I believe you do too.
Yeah, I got to say, we losing that one. I think we can lose it in Tennessee. Hot, Will Levis. They got some new pieces there. Got some okay receivers. I think that's a trap one. I think, and that's a winnable game, but it's like the ones that you should win. I think we probably gonna lose that one.
Yeah, I agree with that. So week 10, we're both at 4 and 5. I have us. We're playing in Chicago.
In Chicago, we can win that game.
Oh yeah,
we can win that one. They got some weapons: Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Roma Dunze, defense. So we get it's 2 back-to-back road games, right? We're gonna split. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and remember I said this. You might want to write it down. If we win in Tennessee, that we got 2 back-to-back road games. Remember I said this. If we win in Tennessee, we're gonna lose in Chicago. If we lose in Tennessee, we'll win in Chicago. That's how I see it going. That's how I see that. Well, we're gonna split.
You have us winning. You have us winning in Chicago.
I got us winning in Chicago. We're gonna split those 2 road games.
So I really hope by this point Drake May's playing so he can play against.
He should be.
Yeah, so him and Caleb can play against each other, and I hope Drake May shreds them. And I'm gonna give us the win against the Bears. I think everyone's gonna be all over the Bears. Oh, Caleb got drafted over Drake. They're gonna we are gonna win that game. And again, their weapons are awesome. Like you said, Allen, Moore, Odunze, Swift, Komet. They got a ton of guys over there.
They got a lot.
I just think that
who knows what they're gonna have by that time? Like we just projecting. It could be injuries. We who knows?
And I think people are gonna be so high on the Bears that game that we're just gonna come out and be like, hey, we got no pressure here. Everyone's betting against us. And I think we're gonna win that game. So I have us at 5 and 5. Week 11, we are at home against the Rams.
That's a game we can lose. That's a game we can win. I think we find a way to get that one. Rams, West Coast team traveling East Coast. I think is that a 1:00 game?
Yeah.
I think we win that, but I would not be shocked we lost this game.
That's an underrated point no one really talks about. Cross country game. I'd like to know what the Rams are doing the week before that, just because that's an interesting point you bring up. I'm gonna give us the loss there. The Rams offense is their offense is really good, especially if Cooper Kupp plays healthy. Puka Nacua, awesome. Kyron Williams, when healthy, is awesome, and then obviously Kupp, and then Stafford, I love. I think they could sneak that game up, but again, we can.
So how many wins I got? That's 5 for me or 6?
I have us at 5 and 6. You have us at 6 and 5.
Okay.
Week 12, we are in Miami.
Loss.
We don't really have to talk about this one that much. Playing in Miami,
that's an L.
It's torture. We couldn't even beat them in Miami with Brady. It's just we never play well there. I'm giving us all. So I have us at 5-7.
Okay.
You have us at 6-6. Week 13, we are playing at home against the Colts.
Home against the Colts, Anthony Richardson. They got some weapons, and they got Josh Downs, former Drake May, wide receiver at UNC. Their defense good. Their defense gave us problems the last year, and what was it, London last year, whatever.
Yeah, Germany.
Yeah, the bad Mac. Yeah, Germany. The Mac Jones throw off his back foot game.
Yeah.
I got the Colts win that game. I got the Colts win that one.
You have us at 6-7. I'm gonna give us the win there. This is my hot take that I'd like to write down. I think Anthony Richardson's going to have shoulder problems by then. I don't think he's going to even be playing by then. I think they're going to have to put whoever their backup is because they don't have Minshew anymore. I think we win that game.
If Anthony Richardson ain't playing, we should win that game.
Oh yeah, but Richardson, if he's healthy, he's scary. Whatever you think of him.
But I don't know because Gardner Minshew. We said that last year that we was going to win, and Gardner Minshew beat us. So who knows?
Oh yeah, that was yeah. I'm going to give us the win there. So I have us at 6-7. And by this point, we're going to be the whole world's going to be shocked.
Yeah.
And
oh, yeah.
So next week, pretty winnable game. We're in Arizona.
We win that one. That's 7. We win that one for me. That's 7.
Yeah, I'm going to give us the win too. I do like what Arizona did, but their defense might be what I see on PFF, all the rankings. They might have the worst defense in football. I think we could easily win that game. So I have us.
It might be the Drake May coming out party game.
Oh yeah. I think that might be his best game of the season right there. I really hope he's. This is ideal. If we start off like 1-4, like we think, and Brissett's just not playing well, and then May comes in, and then we're 7-7. That would be the most ideal situation if you're a Pats fan, because then it wasn't the team's fault that we were playing bad. It was Brissett. But now that you have an actual quarterback, you're a 500 football team. So that's a big game there. Week 15. We are at home against, we're in Buffalo.
Okay, it's week 15.
Sorry, week 16 because we had our bye in between the Colts and Cardinals game.
Okay, once again, I can't see y'all comments. My thing is messing up, but I'll try to get to them after the show. So this is Buffalo, correct?
Yeah, in Buffalo.
Loss. I got Buffalo winning that one.
Yeah,
tough one, but Buffalo got us on that one.
I agree. I think we're gonna go into Buffalo and lose. So I have.
So right now I got us at what? I got us at 7 win. I got 7 right now.
Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah. Like when you really break the schedule down, we have a lot of winnable games. Like very winnable. You have to win if you want any chance. Week 17, we're at home against the Chargers.
We can win this. I think we win this one. That gives us 8.
Yeah.
Who they wide receivers? I know they drafted Larry McConkey out of Georgia. Quentin Johnson haven't done, but they lost Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
They got
revamp defense. Harbaugh's their coach. You know they're going to run the football. And they a West Coast team coming East Coast again. It's 1 o'clock game, right?
There's no time yet, but I'm guessing, yeah.
Probably 1 o'clock. We get that one. We get revenge from last year.
I'm with the Harbaugh system. I like it, but I don't love their running back room currently. They got Edwards and Dobbins.
Gus Edwards, yeah.
Both. And Dobbins injury prone. Gus Edwards he's just a goal line guy. He's not really great. I'm gonna give us that win. Revenge game from last year. That was probably the worst game we played all last year. So I have us at 8-8. And then this game, if we're 8-8, this could make or break the playoffs here. We're at home against Buffalo. I'm gonna give us the loss here, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think Buffalo sweep us, which I want us to no, you know what? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. We going split every team in the division. I'm gonna take a loss. I'm gonna take one of the wins back that I put earlier. Trying to think which one was it. That Rams game.
Yeah.
We lose the Rams game. We're gonna split those West Coast teams for the Rams and the Chargers. I think we split those. If we beat the Rams, we'll lose to the Chargers. If we beat the Chargers, we'll lose to the Rams. But I got us losing to the Rams. I'm gonna go back because I don't see us getting to 9 wins. I'm gonna stay in that 7-8 range, and I think we're gonna split in the whole division, and I think we lose to the Rams. So that's where I'm at now. 7 wins.
I got us around 7 or 8 wins. You have a comment that says, so you guys have us making the playoffs. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs.
No, we won't make the playoffs.
I think we're going to just miss out. And if we are 7-8 or 8-8 at this point, Drake May could struggle in a clutch game like this because then he does have pressure on him. I'm gonna give Buffalo that game. But if you are 7-10 or 8-9,
that's what I was about to say. You 7, I think. That's good right there. You 7 wins when the Vegas win total was 4.5 wins for you 7. That's all you can ask for. Drake, man, you got your quarterback. You got some young pieces developing. I mean, we're not going crazy saying they're going to go undefeated or 12 wins or win the Super Bowl. That's a respectable record. And then who knows about injuries? I mean, somebody get hurt, that could give you 2 more wins. Somebody doesn't get hurt, take away 2. Like it's hit and miss. You don't know right now. But I think right now, if you 7 wins in a rebuild year, I think the sky. I mean, they're pointing up.
Oh yeah, and you got loads of money next year.
Yeah,
we do go 4-13, 5-12, which I don't think we will. But even if you do, the future's looking up no matter what.
I'm excited with a 7 win. That's a win. That's a win.
Totally.
Anything over 4 wins, I think is good. But let's shoot for the high. I think 7. We can get this. We can get to 7. That's a win.
And the AFC East is trending down too. The Jets' window it's just opening now, but it's also going to close in a year or two. The Bills, who knows with them? They can't win in the playoffs. They don't really have a good playmaker unless Coleman hits. And then Miami's going to have to start paying people pretty soon. So they're going to have to let guys walk. Tyreek Hill's not getting any younger. So I think it's going to be an interesting season. I'm super excited for it. A lot of question marks, but if we can get to that 7-win mark,
hey,
that is
worst case scenario, I can see some come. I can't see them all. Worst case, hey, you get a top 10 pick if you don't get 7. I mean, it's really a win-win for you. You think about it now. You don't want to keep playing for a daggone top 10 pick. I mean, at some point you want to get serious about winning. But hey, you really ain't losing this year, really. You either have a top 10 pick or you going to win 6 or 7 games. So you're really not losing. I really think after this, now I think if you split the division, you split Buffalo, split Miami, split the Jets, surprise a couple teams, you get the 7 wins or whatnot. Let's just say you split your division, but you don't get the 7 wins, but you got your quarterback for the future. You got some young development pieces. Your future bright.
Oh yeah,
your future is bright. You can't ask for too much.
No, because everyone but Pats fans thinks they're not even thinking about us this year. So if we can even compete with these, even if we can compete with these teams like Miami, like San Fran, like Cincy, it's going to open a lot of people's eyes up to, the Pats might be back in a couple of years. So
the only game I see that's a flat out blowout is probably one of those probably that Miami game on the road and San Francisco.
Yeah.
Houston, I think they're going to be good, but I think that's a young quarterback. We can compete. We can go back and forth with them, but I think they'll beat us.
Yeah, especially with Mayo, being under Belichick. Belichick was really good against younger quarterbacks. I think Stroud could struggle in that game for sure.
Yeah, and I think we'll split with Buffalo. They're kind of tanking. They're not tanking, but they're kind of declining a little bit. Who are they wide receiver? They don't have a 2. I mean, they don't know what they got. So we match up even better with them this year. You don't know what Rodgers you're going to get. He's a torn ACL away from retiring. Tua, he can get hurt. So I think, and then like I keep preaching, we're predicting right now injuries, breaking us, a lot of things we just don't know. So we could win more than 7 games, probably win less. Who knows?
Yeah. One guy said not about win total, but how does the offense look? Does May have control of the offense, in command of the offense? I think towards the beginning, I don't know if he's gonna have total control, but towards the end, depending on how he looks, we'll see, man. He could be the guy. We've seen rookies, take control over. When Patrick Mahomes came in as a rookie, he had control over the offense by week 4. Mm-hmm. So anything's possible, man. I'm super excited.
I think the Dolphins win. Anybody win division but the Jets, I'd be happy.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think it's time for Miami. Miami got to get over the hump, man. They've been they can't win on the road. Buffalo don't win the division. They've been winning the division since COVID. They done won 4 or 5 straight years. So I think this is probably Miami's best chance to win the division. I think you got OBJ gonna be your third receiver. You got Tyreek Waddle. They had a good draft. They got some defensive pieces coming back. They lost some defensive pieces. Jets made a lot of moves, but they made a lot of old injury-prone player moves. That's what they did. And you got Aaron Rodgers as your biggest question mark. So I think if Miami don't win it this year, you got to start to think when are they gonna win it?
Yeah, again, Miami's probably gonna start off next year like 4-0. Everyone's gonna be super excited about them, and then they're gonna lose like 3 in a row, and then they're just an up and downhill. And then when it comes to clutch time and when it gets to cold weather, which you have to play against in our division because all three of the teams besides them play up north, Tua can't do it. And we've seen it. And towards the beginning of the season, Tua always thrives. He plays super well. Tyreek Hill doesn't hurt him, obviously. Tyreek Hill helps him out a lot. I don't think Tua's a great quarterback. I think he's a fringe top 12 guy. I just think he thrives off of
And
consistency.
I think it's potentially, I mean, because I think it's potentially like, I know we going through a rebuild right now, new head coach, new GM, new quarterback, and all that. Miami can have not Miami, but Buffalo probably gonna have a new head coach next year if they don't make the playoffs. If they don't go far. The Jets, Robert Saleh, he's probably gone. So our whole division might be kind of new next year. Not only the Patriots are rebuilding, but I think Miami coach, I like him, Mike McDaniel. I think he'll be all right. I think he got a couple years before they start talking retire. Before they start talking about him getting fired. I think he all right for right now because they really exceed expectations. Miami's really been the bottom of the barrel in the division. But they've really been good the past couple years. But I think the Jets and Bills could have new head coaches next year.
They absolutely could. I think if the Jets don't make the playoffs this year, Salah's getting fired faster than any. Even if the Jets start off like 2-4, Salah's getting fired. I mean, I don't think Salah's a great coach by any means, but this is his final year to prove that he can do anything in this league.
I seen somebody say, "What about the Chiefs?" I think I'm gonna say this is gonna be probably the Chiefs' best season right here. They got Xavier Worthy, Rasheed Rice. I want the Patriots to draft Rice. I like Rasheed Rice. As a player, I don't want to get into what he did on the field, but as a player, I like him. Who they got? We forgot they got Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, they got
and
Hollywood.
They still got Tony, and I like Sky Moore. I want the Patriots to draft Sky Moore. They got Pacheco. I think the Chiefs won back-to-back Super Bowls with Juju Smith-Schuster their best wide receiver 1 year, then Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Travis Kelce agent, and now they probably got a top 5 wide receiver, top 5 skill position group right now with the draft they had, the people they got coming back. I think the Chiefs really going to put up some numbers this year. I think this might be the best Chiefs team that Patrick Mahomes has had.
Yeah.
But now when they had Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill, and them, that was a loaded team too. But I think they got some weapons now, man.
Yeah, but back then they didn't have the defense that they have now. Their defense is
their defense real good.
Like their defense is top, 7.
They lost Snead though. They lost the corner. They lost Snead.
They did, but I love Trent McDuffie. I think McDuffie can take that spot easily. But that is a big loss in Snead. But they just locked up Chris Jones too. That defense is really good. The Chiefs are stacked, man. It sucks, but
hey, if y'all on the YouTube, make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're on Facebook, make sure you share the content. If you're on Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you're at, make sure you like, share, comment. But if you're on YouTube, give me that thumbs up, man. I appreciate it. I can't really see all y'all comments, man. I'm gonna have to get this thing fixed, but I appreciate y'all comment. Let me see. But yeah, so I got them at what? Pages at 7 and what?
Yeah, I got us going I think we're gonna range from either 6 and 11 to 8 and 9. I think that's where we'll be. We'll be somewhere in there.
That's a good season. That's a good season.
And I think there's going to be moments where we're going to be fired up. And like last year, there was not a single moment last year where we saw anything. We were scoring 0 points in games. But next year, we're going to have some games where we lose like 35-30, 35-32, and we're going to be fired up with the no matter what. So
think about you win 7 games in a rebuild year, and guess what? Guess what the grand prize is? You go into the offseason and number 1 in cap space. You can go get your number 1 wide receiver if Javon Baker or Jalen Poker is not it. You go get your number 1 wide receiver. You might have another good draft pick, get a left tackle. The sky's pointing up. If you hit on that quarterback, we've seen that time and time again. If you hit on the most important position at quarterback, he's gonna make everybody else better.
Absolutely. And
who was talking about the Texans last year around this time? There was a laughing stock, as I keep saying. Nobody was talking about them. Who knew Nico Collins or Tank? Who knew them last year around this time? Nobody knew them. So nobody knows Pop Doug. Nobody knows Javon Baker or Pope. Taquan Thornton, like some of these guys, like that. You hit that quarterback, he can make everybody better. And we might be having we might be seeing a different tone next year around this time.
Yeah, because people are talking about the Texans like they're talking about us now, but now a year, literally only 365 days, people are talking about how they can win the Super Bowl this year. I'm not saying we're gonna be there, but there's a chance because we're kind of in the same boat as them. And we've said this: our defense is in a way better position than theirs was last year. And if Jalen Polk and Javon Baker can turn out to be like Nico Collins and Tank Dell, we are in a very good spot.
Real quick before we get, I'm gonna say this, and y'all can comment on this too, and I'm gonna let you comment on this one. If we upset the Cincinnati Bengals week 1, I want to say we'll put the league on notice, but I don't want to say it because then you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, "Oh, it's the early season Bengals," so that's going to be an asterisk beside it. Because Bengals, the Steelers beat them a couple of years ago, but I think Buffalo got them a couple of years ago. So and then Joe Burrow's coming off another injury, so they've known to kind of get off the slow start. So I want us to win that game, but I wouldn't read too much into that game because it's the Bengals and we know how they start out slow. But a team as bad as the Patriots to come in there and beat you, it's kind of not going to look too good. I don't care how the Bengals always struggle early in the year. You can't let New England go in there and beat you like that.
No, you can't. But again, that's kind of a trap game for Cincinnati. If I'm a Bengals fan, I'm not, overlooking us and saying like, oh yeah, let's look on to week 2 because you could absolutely lose that game. I think Drake May gives us the way better chance to win that game, but he also gives us the way better chance to get blown out as well. You know what I mean? So Brissett will kind of keep it steady. Brissett will keep it within 10 points, whether we win or lose. May could have a game where he throws for 4 touchdowns and we blow them out, or he could also have a game where he throws for 3 interceptions and we get blown out. So we'll see.
I think we match up. We're gonna talk about this in a few weeks. We're gonna talk about this all like for the next month. The Bengals at the matchup. I think we match up pretty good with them. I don't know who their running back is, but you put Gonzo on Chase and see what you do with T. Higgins. I think they drafted the guy at Alabama, the wide receiver. I can't think of his name right now. Jermaine. They got him. They got Mike Gesicki, revenge game, and they got Trent Brown, but we don't know what Trent Brown gonna show up or whatnot. He probably show up for that game though, because he want to get back at the Patriots. But nobody's gonna pick us to win that one. But I don't know. I might change my mind, but we got a whole month to talk about. That's gonna be an interesting game.
Well, yeah, the thing with the Bengals is nothing on that team scares me besides their passing attack, which is in the NFL now like 60% of the game.
Yeah.
Because their running back room, it's Zach Moss, and he's just your classic straightaway running back. And their defense, like we've said, they lost a couple pieces. It's not great. The secondary is not great. And they're having contract problems I believe they're having problems with, is it Sam Hubbard?
No. Hendrickson and T. Higgins.
Oh yeah, Trey Hendrickson. Yeah,
Higgins signed his thing, so he's gone after this year for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
I think they can franchise tag him again, but I think they got some issues going on there. And Burrow, like I said on the previous show, he's probably like one injury away from like them having serious questions about replacing him because he ain't been able to stay healthy.
Nope. He's already had 2 season-ending injuries, and who knows if that injury he got last year is going to linger. So we'll see, but that's a winnable game.
Real quick, last one. Give me this unpatriot, not a Patriot question, but give me a surprise team. It could be NFC or AFC for this year that people are not talking about, but I think what you think they're going to surprise some people this year.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to go with. Ooh, that's a really good. I'm gonna go with the, God. I'm not gonna say this team's gonna make the playoffs, but I'm gonna go with the Washington Commanders. I think
that's what you took. Yeah,
I think Jaden Daniels is ready to play now. New owner, new coach. I like the weapons. I like the moves they made. Added some veteran guys. Added Bobby Wagner. Added Austin Eckler. I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
A lot of veterans.
And I don't think the Commanders are going to win 10 games. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I'm just saying, some people think they're still going to go, 5-11. 5-12.
No. They're going to be better. Like I told West Coast last week, they're going to be much better.
Yeah, they're going to give Dallas and Philly a run for their money every time. The Giants in that division are, to me, by far the worst team. I think the Commanders are – I don't think it's going to be a rollover for Philly and Dallas to win that division anymore. I think the Commanders are right there now.
I think, and I was going to take Commanders. I don't have nobody. I wanted to go with maybe the Titans in the AFC. I feel good about Tennessee, but they got some weapons. I like Will Levis, but I'm gonna go with the Carolina Panthers. I don't know if they could make the playoffs. NFC is really not that strong, but I like what they did as offseason. I like what they did in the draft. They got my boy Leggett. They got Brooks if he think he's hurt right now. A new offensive coordinator. Offensive line, they kind of revamped that. Bryce Young, I think, and we always see sometimes these rookies have a bad first season, but then the next year they come back and they look at Trevor Lawrence. He was on a bad team, bad offensive coordinator with Urban Meyer, came back next year and he just got paid. So I think Bryce Young will bounce back. I think the Panthers going to do something this year. I don't know about playoffs or like a deep run, but I really think they can. They're not gonna have no top pick or nothing like that. I think they're gonna be better. I feel good about the Panthers this year.
I like that because their division's very winnable. Again, it's not a great division at all.
I
They can,
wanted to say the Saints, but I don't trust Derek Carr. I actually had the Saints in the NFC Championship game last year for some reason.
yeah,
And they let me down.
if you were asking me a like team that I'm super down on, I would have told you the Saints. I think the Saints are going to come in last place in that division.
Mhm.
I just don't. They're an old team. They have no money. I don't like
They are
Derek
old.
Carr. They don't really have a lot of weapons outside of Olave. Again, they got a lot of problems off the field too with Kamara, with Michael Thomas, even though he's a free agent now. But I don't love the Saints this year at all. I agree with you. I think the Panthers might finish over them in the division this year.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna wrap it up. Hey, if y'all just join me, make sure you hit that like button on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, comment, share the content, like. I appreciate everybody joining. I couldn't get all y'all comments. My thing is messing up over here, but I get to them probably after the show and respond there. I appreciate it, man. Pass, let everybody know where they can find you at.
Patriots got status on Instagram. Yeah, like I said, we're just getting started, man. Training camp's on its way. I'll be there Wednesday. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you looking for?
I want to see Tom there. I think that'll be pretty cool. But besides that, I'm just looking to see growth. Just
What time is the practice? It's 11.
Mayo moved them later this year. Belichick had them at like 9.
Yeah.
Mayo moved them a little later. Which is good and bad because it'll be a little more hot. But it's better for us fans. We don't have to get there because if you want good seats, you got to get there like 4 hours early. So
yeah, and we will be going live this week a couple of times. We're gonna have a busy week this week going live. Probably every day after practice. Might do a show tomorrow, maybe, but I know for certain we go on Wednesday. I think the first day is Wednesday, and the Vets report Tuesday. So we'll be going live throughout the week. I don't know which days yet, but we're definitely gonna get a couple shows in. Hey man, and make sure y'all check me out. Subscribe to the YouTube, share the content, follow Pat Status on Instagram, man. And I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.
have a good one, Ken.